Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is Jose Castro, aka Latino Chino, and thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to show you guys a little video on how I ship my PSA cards to buyers that I've been doing recently on eBay. So without further ado, let me show you how I do this. So the first thing that I do is obviously get the card that I'm going to ship to the customer. Usually I like to double check and make sure that, you know, I'm getting the correct card with the correct invoice. So right after I create a label, I go ahead and print out the packing slip, which is an optional thing to do on eBay, which I personally do myself, and I match it up with the card. So the card that I'm doing right now is going to be on the 1996 Fleer Metal Michael Jordan card, which was graded at PSA 8, and it's a beautiful card. I love this card, and I didn't think it was going to sell. I just threw it up there as a buy now option, and no one made me any offers, no one did it, so I was like, okay, I'll just leave it on there. So eventually I got a buyer and is gonna find a new home. So excuse the ghetto part here, I just didn't want to reveal any addresses on the video. If there's an easier way of doing this, you know, let me know. I'm still learning the editing ropes. With that said, that's the reason why we see the tape over the addresses. But okay, so I make sure I match up the card with the packing slip, so then I don't get anything confused. I kind of leave it, if you're doing multiple PSA, I make sure I match up the card with what the packing slip is. I don't do multiple orders. I do individual sales of the cards. I don't try to do all of them multiple just because of the fact that I don't want to mix the cards up with the packing slip. So I do one at a time just to ensure that I get it right the first time. The next thing that I do is I make myself a little note on the packing slip for the buyer to let them know I appreciate their business and so on. So what I do is I just right here on the notes I just put, and then the next thing that I do up here is, you know, just to remind them to, you know, leave their feedback, and as well, you know, I care about that statistic on eBay. And then once I do that, I'll go ahead and fold it up so that I'm able to fit it in its envelope. Alright, so next thing I do, I go ahead and protect the card as much as I can. So what I put first is 2 pieces of cardboard, one on the top, one on the bottom. I use any cardboard. I also, if you didn't notice, I usually ship out the cards with a PSA cover, which are these right here, and there's card sleeves, PSA card sleeves, and I love these things. They protect them really well, so you know you could touch them and feel them without, you know, ruining the integrity of the actual PSA card slab. So I put one up top, one in the bottom, and sandwich them. Then I get painter's tape, and please use painter's tape. Don't use shipping tape or masking tape. It's just a real pain to remove, and you don't want to make it any difficult for the buyer. So I go ahead and sandwich them together, and with painter's tape it's super easy to take off. You don't need a knife or anything. You just peel it off and it won't damage anything on the card, and it keeps it secure. So I put it on all 4 sides so it doesn't slide out from any direction. The next thing that I do is I go ahead and get the envelope. So I buy these envelopes, which are padded in there already. I purchased these off of Amazon, and I love these things. It's black, and then second, it's got the bubble interior, which protects the card, because it's got the bubble interior to protect the card even more, and it's like the perfect size. So boom, there you go, fits right in. And then next is go ahead and add your packing slip in there. And then I secure it. I press down on it so the adhesive gets applied on correctly. And then there you go. Now the next thing is the label. Excuse the ghetto painter's tape here. Like I said, I don't know how to remove it, and I didn't want to expose any addresses. I go ahead and cut the label out, because obviously if I just peel it off, it's going to be too big for the envelope. So what I do is I cut it to size around the outline of the label. So there you go. So what I usually do is I don't apply the label. What I consider the front is this right here, just because of the fact that the back side has the flap. So what I like to do is, instead of applying tape over the flap and then putting the label in the front, I use the label as my tape. So then it kind of protects the flap and keeps it all together. So I apply the label on top of the flap, securing the flap to the envelope, just like a piece of tape, but I'm using the label. Apply pressure, just make sure it's together very well. And then the next thing I do is, well, you would think that this will be, that's it, ship it out. I like to go a little bit extra on this. So what I usually do is I have labels here that I use that say do not bend, and I got them off of Amazon as well. And then what I like to do is apply one in the front right here between the addresses, so then it's visible, so then the person that's delivering or handling it knows not to bend it and handle with care. And I like it says thank you as well, so it's a bonus. I love these stickers too. So like I said, I found these on Amazon. And then from there, I'll put one in the back, which I'll put right now. You put one in the back, there's one in the front, and then I'm going to apply one of my, boom, as you can see. I'll throw it on there. And then one more last thing, just to keep everything secure, I like to put a piece of shipping tape over this, just to protect the address and the actual name that it's shipping to, just in case something happens. It's not recommended to put anything over the tracking, because if it goes through a system where a laser is going through it, it might not even penetrate through the tape, it might reflect back. So I don't put any of the shipping tape on there. I just apply it to the address just to secure it, keep it I guess weather resistant. But other than that, that's pretty much it. You know, this is how I ship out all my PSA cards to my buyers. I haven't had any complaints yet. Pretty sure they're satisfied because I'm receiving their feedback as well. And that's pretty much it. So if there's any questions, just let me know. This is not something that I do for a living, but I have plenty of experience as far as logistics goes, you know, and shipping and receiving. I know how important it is to have packaging and done correctly. Alright everybody, so that's how I ship out my PSA cards to buyers. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop it down on the comment section below. Go ahead and give me a like, subscribe, and that's all. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.